guys. Thank you. A reminder, we have a second game coming your way today. You will see either Miami at Houston or Baltimore at San Francisco coming up at the top of the hour. In the next few minutes, we'll update you on all the scores, and we'll get to that right after these words from your local station.
Dateline Sunday. She went to Spain to save the bulls and was almost killed by the animal she was out to protect. A Dateline survivor story you won't forget. Dateline Sunday.
The tough Nissan 4x4 truck. How could you use its power today? With the value truck package, Nissan is priced up to $2,000 less than a comparably equipped Toyota Tacoma. All across Virginia, 5 of the top 10 selling vehicles are sold by your Ford dealer. And they have been for the past 6 years. To say we're proud of this record would be understandable. To say we're thankful to you would be more appropriate. We're your local Ford dealer. And to all our customers, thank you. You make us proud.
We'll move you, Virginia.
Secrets are revealed in the Armed Forces high-tech war on drugs. A different kind of war. Monday at 6, only on the station on your side. WAVY TV 10.
Kids taking anything to get high. Next, Rolonda.
Before we get started, a reminder, coming up at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, the second half of our doubleheader, either Miami at Houston or Baltimore at San Francisco. Now, to the scores. We'll begin in Foxborough. Some of you saw this game. The Denver Broncos wiping out the Patriots today. 34-8 was the final score. Big first half for Terrell Davis, 107 yards from scrimmage, 3 touchdowns. Following a botched fake punt by the Patriots, John Elway to Davis, fighting his way in for a 15-yard touchdown. 7-0 Bronx. Then it's Davis on the ground from 10 yards out. 14-0 Denver. Davis wasn't done. He recovers his own fumble, bounces it once, dives in from the 2. 10th touchdown of the season, a career high, 21-0. John Elway finishes off this drive in the third quarter with the quarterback sneak. It was 31-8 Denver. The Broncos flex their muscles with an NFL best 10-1 record. Odds-on favorites now that we may be in Denver for the AFC Championship.
We kicked off the show by saying some teams were in some real battles here, and it was time for some people to step up. I think everybody here, these guys stepped up. I tell you, I thought they'd have a tough time in New England.
Well, Bill said last year's loss to him was one of the worst losses in his coaching career. This got to rank up there with, the worst loss he's ever had. This was just a total domination of a football team. Denver came in and did everything they had to do, and they did it very successfully. And really, New England did nothing we said they had to do to try to stay in the game.
And, now you've got to say this really is not a fluke because of the fact they went out there last year and did the same exact thing to them. You think we can get in a little skiing maybe when we go to Denver for the AFC Championship game? Because that's over. We're going to Denver now.
You guys call me when you get back, all right? Terrell Davis, 32 carries, 154 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He also caught passes for 57 yards, and after the game had this chat with Jim Gray.
Thank you very much, Greg Gumbel. We're here with Terrell Davis. Big day for Terrell. 3 touchdowns, 154 yards rushing. Terrell, the fake punt in the very first quarter, and the Broncos were able to take advantage. Was that the turning point in the game?
I think so. I think anytime you give us a short field like that, I think we're going to take advantage of it. And with an offense, I think you're better off giving us the long field. And when they did that, it was a momentum shift, and we got the ball and put it in the end zone.
Why were you so effective today? You've been all year, but why so much today effective running the ball, particularly when you needed it because Elway was hurting?
Right. Well, these previous 3 weeks, we've been throwing the ball well, and we've been running the ball. A lot of teams were bringing 8, 9 in the box to stop the run, so we knew this week they were going to try to play the pass because Elway was playing so great those couple of weeks. So I knew today was going to be a day for the running game. I just had to step up, and our line was up for the challenge, and we came through today.
Terrell, how much different has this year been for you based on the fact that Denver has shifted from basically a passing team, as you say, to now a running team with you controlling the ball?
Well, we're still a passing team without a doubt. It's just when we need to run the ball, it's good that you have a offense that can run the ball. And we still have John back there. He's our general. He's our leader. And we still look for him to lead us to victory. But, if he can't do it, then hopefully they can put some weight on my shoulders and I can carry the team a little bit.
Congratulations, Terrell. You're in the record book, tying 18 other Broncos with 3 TDs.
Thanks a lot.
All right, we'll see Terrell Davis and the Broncos next week. For now, let's send it back to New York and Greg Gumbel.
All right, Jim Gray, and the best records in the AFC right now, Denver is at 10-1. Pittsburgh in the lead. We're going to put a W in their column. The same with the Buffalo Bills. Pittsburgh 8-3. Buffalo and Kansas City playing the Chicago Bears. New England falls to 7-4 with the loss today. Now, in Philadelphia, the Eagles with a 26-21 deficit at the hands of the Washington Redskins. Ricky Waters has scored a couple of touchdowns in this game for Philadelphia. Speaking of the Buffalo Bills, at home against the Bengals, they lead it 31-7 in the final minutes of that game. Thanks to Bills owner Ralph Wilson, Cleveland's Dog Pound resurfacing on Browns Fan Appreciation Day. 14-0 Buffalo. Jim Kelly's pass picked off by Ashley Ambrose in the second quarter. He returned 31 yards for the touchdown. Ambrose leading the NFL in interceptions with 8. And Jeff Blake's lateral to Kajana Carter fumbled. And then the loose ball is picked up by David White. He returns 12 yards for the touchdown. The Bills lead is 21-7. It was 24-7 in the third when Kelly found Steve Tasker all alone on this side of the field. This is 22 yards and a touchdown. Buffalo into a 31-7 lead at that point. It is now 31-17. You just don't turn your back on those Buffalo Bills.
Not when it gets cold, not when they have their defense playing like this, and not when they get the running game going. You can tell now that Jim Kelly is all the way back from that injury. He's comfortable in that K-gun, and they've expanded it a little bit, so now they have not only the defense, but the offense cooking as well.
Maybe more importantly, Jim Kelly looks to be all the way back in the self-confidence department because he had a couple of shaky days for a while.
Actually, earlier in the year, not playing good football. And I think now they're starting to come around a little bit, getting momentum at the right time. And I agree with you. Hey, guys, leave the swimming suits at home. We're going to be North, Buffalo, Denver, or looking to start. Maybe
one of those
Pittsburgh
three.
Or KC.
All right, and speaking of KC, the Kansas City Chiefs with a 14-10 lead on the Chicago Bears, under 2 minutes to play in Kansas City. Speaking of the Steelers with a 28-3 lead on Jacksonville, under 2 minutes to play at Three Rivers. Injured Steeler Greg Lloyd helping call signals on the sideline. Scoreless in the second, Mike Tomczak looking for Yancey Thigpen. Great diving catch in the end zone. 12 yards and a touchdown, 7-0 Pittsburgh. Following a Mark Brunell fumble, Jerome Bettis with the call. 3 yards and a 14-0 Steeler lead. 14-3 in the third, Jacksonville driving. Brunell fumbles again, recovered by Carnell Lake at the 15. He will go 85 rapid yards for the score and make it a 21-3 Steeler lead. Tomczak looking for a familiar target. Thigpen, another terrific catch in the end zone. This one good for 27 yards. That seals it for the Steelers. Pittsburgh looking awfully strong, Mike, by a score of 28-3.
They really are, and they didn't really play that good on the offensive side of the ball today. They really got it done with their defense. They dominated defensively. They played good in the special teams. Tomczak did not have a good day, according, by his terms. He threw a touchdown pass, but he was about 1/3 completion percentage in the game. So, they did it with their defense, and that's the way they're going to have to do a lot of it this year.
Joe?
Yeah, and I'd say, point out, 6-0 at home.
Yeah.
These guys playing extremely tough at home. Hey, 5 sacks, 3 turnovers, all defensive day. But, hey, and the rushing game, they have a rushing game, too. So
Jerome Bettis? Yeah, he's got a rushing game. Yeah, not bad at all. The Steelers are about to improve to 8-3. At the Silverdome in Pontiac, the Lions hold on to beat Seattle. 17-16 is the score there. That's Wayne Fonts with owner William Clay Ford before the game. Detroit losers of 4 in a row coming in. Seattle's first possession, Lamar Smith starts over. Chris Warren takes it in from a yard out. Smith had 100 yards rushing in the first half. Seattle led 7-0. Late in the first half, Barry Sanders on the handoff, 11 yards out, 7th touchdown of the season. Lions within 3 at 10-7. After a 40-yard run by Barry Sanders, Mikowski to Herman Moore for a 6-yard touchdown. Lions take their first lead at 14-13. It was 17-16. Todd Peterson looking for the win. High snap, and it bends to the right. As time ran out, the 42-yard field goal was no good. Wayne Fonts, very thankful. 17-16, the final score. Now, at Indianapolis, the Colts and the Jets in a dogfight today. Still plenty of time to play at the RCA Dome. 29-28, the Jets in the lead. Frank Reich and Jeff Graham have hooked up today for 3 touchdowns. In St. Louis, the Rams trailing by a score of 17-10. Panthers in the lead. And Atlanta hosting New Orleans. It's a 17-15 game. Stay tuned for Game 2 of our doubleheader. It's coming up right after these words from your local station.
most dangerous killers.
Scared? Should be.
Jack Reed, NBC Tonight.
That's going to wrap things up for WAVY.
You saw the 6 o'clock news, but watch what you'll miss if you don't see WAVY News 10 at 11. Stay up for WAVY News 10 at 11. Don't wake up tomorrow wondering what you could have seen tonight. You're walking down a dark stairway. You hear footsteps behind you. A dark shadow is moving closer. You reach for the mace, but will it work? What we found could shock you. In a 10 on your side special report, WAVY News 10 Steve Kearns goes face-to-face with Mace. In an actual account, he'll subject himself to the spray and tell you just how effective it is. You can't afford to fail. The Mace Test, Wednesday at 11, only on the station on your side, WAVY TV 10. Secrets are revealed in the Armed Forces high-tech war on drugs. A different kind of war, Monday at 6, only on the station on your side, WAVY TV 10.
Johnny Cochran, Journey to Justice on the next Montel.
Crowd of over 40,000 expected in Houston for a match between two playoff hopefuls, the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Oilers. As play began today, these two teams right in the middle of the hunt for a playoff spot. Houston with a record of 6-4 and Miami at 5-5. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Houston. Tom Hammond and Bob Trumpy as the Dolphins come into today's game off one of their best efforts of the season, their win over the Colts last week. Dan Marino was right back on form, and for him, another milestone, as last week Dan exceeded 50,000 yards passing. Of course, all the records belong to Dan Marino as far as NFL passing goes, and that ankle appears to be okay again.
And, Tom, when we talked to Danny yesterday, the one record that he's most proud of is that touchdown record, because touchdowns, he says, relates to wins, and this young man still has that burning desire to put that Super Bowl ring on his finger.
And these days he has a more balanced offense with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the rookie running back, putting some oomph in the ground game. We'll see another great rookie running back today, Eddie George of the Oilers. But last week, as the Oilers won, it was the return to prominence of Ronnie Harmon.
Yeah, he's not a secret weapon, but last week the Houston Oilers used him a little differently. He had 7 catches over 100 yards. He had 5 rushes. They're using him now in all 3 downs. He came into camp and pulled a hamstring, really didn't pick up on the offense that quickly. But today Miami will see him as a running back, as a wideout, and as an H-back. He has always been a great weapon, and Houston's found a couple more ways to use him.
Extra significance in this game today for Dolphins coach Jimmy Johnson. The pride of Port Arthur has a homecoming today. The Dolphins and the Oilers will return for the kickoff, but first, back to Greg Gumbel in New York.
Hi, everyone. Greg Gumbel in New York. Quickly through the scores of the early games today, beginning with the game in Foxborough. The Denver Broncos knocked off the Patriots. Big first half for that man, Terrell Davis, 107 yards from scrimmage and 3 touchdowns. The first one through the air, Elway to Davis. He fights his way for 15 yards and a touchdown. He added 2 more on the ground. The Broncos cruise to an NFL best 10-1 record. Shannon Sharp with a post-game shower, 34-8 the final score. In Philadelphia, big win for the Redskins. They knock off the Eagles 26-21 to go 8-3. The Eagles are 7-4. In Buffalo, the Bills now a final are close to it. The Bills are leading Cincinnati by a score of 31-17. The Bills will go 8-3. In Kansas City, the Bears playing the Chiefs tough, but come up on the short end. 14-10 Kansas City, the final score. The Chiefs are 8-3. In Pittsburgh, the Steelers are 8-3. 28-3 winners over the Jacksonville Jaguars today. Mike Tomczak, a couple of touchdown passes to Yancey Thigpen. In Detroit, the Lions snapped their 4-game losing streak and Seattle's 3-game winning streak. Todd Peterson's 42-yard field goal attempt as time expired bends to the right. It is no good. The Lions hold on to win it. The score 17-16. In Indianapolis, the Colts are leading the Jets by 2. In St. Louis, the Rams are trailing the Panthers. And in Atlanta, the New Orleans Saints are trailing the Falcons. We'll send you to the kickoff in either Houston or San Francisco right after this.
1891. Siemens creates apprentice programs to give people the unique skills to build the world's finest precision technology. That was then. This is now. Today in America, Siemens' new training programs prepare a high-tech workforce to handle today's most advanced technologies, like high-quality automation systems to help American industry meet the challenge of the 21st century. Siemens, precision thinking.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? Very simple. No stress.
We'll be happy to
They arranged to pick me up free, so I don't have to ask anyone for a ride. See? No stress.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Hey, you're a guy, and guys need protection made just for them, like Speed Stick. Our new pack is easier to handle and has a new comfort top. It's a better way to get that same great Speed Stick protection, just for the guys.